You can keep your arms dangling or grab for opposite elbow. And choose whether you want to sway from side to side, add in a bit of movement, or maybe there's stillness in your fold this morning. If you do have the elbows, grab the opposite elbow on top, switch out the grip of your arms, maybe add a little bounce through the crown of your head, soften a bit through your knees. And drop your hands down towards the mat. Walk your big toes together to touch. And then inhale up to a halfway lift. Flatten your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain. Lift and spread the toes on your mat. Root into the center of both heels. Now root to lift, straighten through your inner elbows, lengthen through your fingertips. And then draw your hands to the center of your chest, Anjali Mudra. And soften your gaze. Let's take 3 Oms together. Full breath in. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Roll your upper arm bones back behind you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Set that gaze between your toes. And soften both of your knees. And then pull your tailbone up to the ceiling. Lengthen from the very crown of your head through your tailbone. And breathe. Intentional breath will awaken you from the inside out. Full breath. Exhale. Step your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended mountain. Root through your heels to gain lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. And welcome in what you need this morning in your practice. Yeah, this practice connects us, and yet we could need different things. Maybe you need a softer breath. Maybe your breath needs to be more invigorating. And shift what you do to see what lands in your body today. Drive your heels down towards the mat. Root through the knuckles of your hands. Press down, take a full breath. Press all of the air out. Step your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Lasana, extended mountain. Spread your fingers as wide as they go. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Exhale, back. Downward facing dog. And pull in towards center. Pull your thumbs in towards the center of your mat. Drive your outer shins in towards the center of your mat. And from the energy pulling in, then soften the breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Step your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Thunderbolt. Yeah, and we'll stay here for a couple of breaths to build this first chair pose. Draw the weight back into your heels. And then sit your hips down lower. create a chair pose that challenges yourself to invigorate the breath. Knit those low ribs, pull them in towards center. Allow the expansion through your back. Take one more full breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, belly button to spine. High to low plank with your exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Warrior one, right foot forward. Yeah, first opportunity here to build your warrior. Seal the edge of that left foot flat into the mat. Bring your front knee, pull it over your ankle. Yeah, we do that to drop your pelvis in line with your front knee. And check in with those hips a bit. Michael and everyone, draw your left hip to the top edge of your mat. Pull your right hip back behind you. And then lift through the fingertips. Press down to lift, full breath in. Exhale, high to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior one, left foot. Now we get to build the warrior with the left foot forward. Seal the edge of the right foot flat this time. And we start with the feet, the foundation, and then build up. Draw your outer shins in towards center, thighs towards center. Pull your low ribs in towards center, and then expand out. Through the inner elbow, through all of the fingertips, lift in, lift up, breathe in. Exhale, high to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Awaken your eyes to see one spot behind you. Squeeze your armpits in towards center. Pull your shoulder blades into your body. Full breath in. Press every ounce of air out. On empty, step your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold. Thunderbolt. One breath, one movement. Get to the peak of that thunderbolt. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, high to low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Warrior one, right foot. Press that right big toe mound flat into the mat. Exhale, high to low plank. Travel with your breath. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior one, left foot forward. Lift the inner arch of that right foot. High to low plank on your exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And meet yourself as you are in your body today, in your space today, as the internet allows for connection or not today. Yeah, move with your breath, even if the internet cuts in and out. Breathe in together. Exhale. Step or jump forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Thunderbolt. Lift and spread the toes on the mat. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands high to low plank. Up dog. Lift through the center of your chest. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right foot. Pull your belly button into the spine to engage through the warrior. High to low plank on your exhale. Allow the engagement through the belly as you lift to up dog. Press back to down dog. Step your left foot forward. Generate your warrior one. Exhale brings you back through your flow, high to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Let's take one full breath in together. Exhale. Step or jump forward, last sun B. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Thunderbolt. Pull the weight into your heels. Bow forward on your exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. high to low plank. Press the knuckles of your hands into the mat. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right foot. Bring your front knee over your ankle. Exhale, high to low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward, warrior one. Squeeze your palms towards one another, high to low plank on your exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And bring your toes towards the center of your mat. Three-legged dog, right leg high. Press into both hands equally. Distribute the effort through both of the knuckles in the hands and lift through your right heel. And then bend that heel towards your glute. Begin to open up a bit through the hip. Alive in the toes of that top foot. Take a full breath. Exhale, flip your dog. Reset your feet. Get your ankles below your knees and then squeeze into center. Squeeze knees into center. Got Abby and everyone, pull your shoulder blades into your body. Maybe that top arm even begins to cactus to aliven and awaken the shoulders a bit more. Breathe in fully. Exhale, side plank. Plant your right hand flat into the ground. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Press the knuckles of your right hand down into the mat and then lift through your top fingertips. Maybe that means your gaze. Spread the fingers of that left hand. Take one more full inhale. Exhale, high to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Toes to touch. Left leg high this time, three-legged dog. Yeah, maybe the right foot steps in a bit to give you a little more softness in the right knee to lift through the left inner thigh, all the way to that left ankle, and then bend it. Bend your knee, open up that left hip. Breathe in, pull belly button to spine. Exhale, flip your dog. Check in with those feet, bring them parallel. Big toes might have to come in a bit. Press to the four corners of both feet to lift. Lift your hips, drop your neck back. Yeah, Wayne and everyone, maybe the neck falls back just a centimeter more. Play with the range of motion through your neck. And then unflip, side plank awaits. Left hand flat into the mat. Yeah, full body integrity here. Pull into the belly button. Rock that top hip towards the right edge of your mat a little bit. Challenge the ability to stack your hips and then lift maybe the top leg, maybe the gaze, maybe the breath becomes more invigorating for one last full inhale. Exhale, high to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Crescent lunge, right foot forward. And soften through the back knee, the left knee, and bring the left ankle right over the big toe mound. Pull your front knee over your ankle. Challenge the range of motion in that front knee. Inhale, bring your hands to the center of your chest. Exhale, twist to the right edge of your space, revolving crescent lunge. And there's stability to allow for the twist. So draw your thighs towards center. Pull your belly button in and up. And then with each exhale, explore the twist. Stack your right shoulder over your left. Maybe the arms open to extend from fingertip to fingertip. Definitely set your eyes to one spot. Take one more breath in. Stay for the exhale. Open up warrior two. Set your gaze to one spot. Check in with that front knee. Abby and everyone, pull it towards your right big pinky toe. And then flip your palms, reverse your warrior. Inhale. Extended side angle. Release the gripping in the front toes. Use the bones to ground down and create some similar action in that back foot. Energetically squeeze your heels towards one another. We're building through the foundation to then lift. Maybe those top fingertips reach to the top edge of your space. Pinky finger, point it down towards the ground. Yeah, pull that shoulder into the body. And stay for 2 more full breaths. Inhale. Exhale for 1. Fill up completely. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Crescent lunge, left foot forward. That right heel, stack it over your right big toe mound. And take up space forwards and backwards on the mat. Use the length of your mat to get into the fullness of your foundation. Tracy and everyone, pull the back of your right knee up towards your ceiling. Inhale, draw your hands to the center of your chest. Exhale, revolving crescent lunge. Press through your right heel as an access to draw the crown of your head forward. And then from that length, take your left shoulder, stack it over your right. Yeah, if you pull the belly button into the spine, you'll have a little more space to breathe into the twist. Breathe into your practice. Open yourself up into Warrior 2, smooth and steady transition, or maybe it's wobbly. Yeah, meet yourself as you are as you generate your Warrior 2. Flip your palms, reverse it. Maybe that right hand reaches for the left hip. Extended side angle. Your feet, press them into the mat. Heels, draw them in towards each other. And then express out with the breath, with the top fingertips, into your practice and your expression. 2 more breaths together as a group. Inhale fully. Exhale, pull your belly button to your spine. Last full breath in. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Step or jump forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, thunderbolt. Draw your outer shins in, spin your inner ankles back behind you, and drop your hips 1 inch lower. Sink down into your thunderbolt. Bring your hands to the center of your chest and take your prayer twist to the right. I invite you into this moment with each breath to generate a love of your practice. Even if you don't feel the love today, if it's too early, if it's too whatever, what if you brought in some love with each breath? What would that help to generate as you lift through the center of your chest and pull your hips down towards the mat? Yeah, add more space between your chest and your thighs. Pull your right knee gently back and then draw your left knee back in line with it. Stay for 2 more breaths. Then rise up through center, thunderbolt. Hips go low, thumbs pull them back behind you. And then take your twist to the left. You can hook your right elbow outside of your left knee. And the left hip will pop forward. That's natural. Draw it back, pull it back. Right hip comes back in line with left. And distribute the effort between both heels. Maybe you feel yourself rolling into one foot or the other. And consider you don't have to power through the practice. Maybe the love that you bring in is to soften a bit. Check in with what you need in this moment. If it's more space, open your arms. Expand from fingertip to fingertip and stay for 2 more breaths. Fill up. Exhale. Inhale together. Stay for your exhale. Rise up through center, thunderbolt. Yes, pull the weight into your heels. Build the inner fire in the belly. Breathe it in. Bow forward on your exhale. Split your feet. Fingers to toes, forward fold. Use those first 2 fingers to draw the crown of your head closer to the mat. Bend through the elbows. Shake out the head, yes. Shake out the head, no. And switch the grip of your hands, palms to toes, forward fold. Yeah, get the full extent of your palm underneath your feet. Week has been a bit tumultuous. 2021 coming in just as much of a cluster as 2020 was. And a quote that I saw that I keep connecting back to is, when the power of love is greater than the love of power, the world will know peace. And how can you bring that into your practice? Instead of powering through, can you add some more love and kindness into your practice to allow for more ease in your mental and physical self? Plant your hands on your mat. Generate a crow pose that isn't forcing, isn't driving into power, but allows you to experience you as you are. Whether that's a deep yogi squat or a crow that goes into a tripod headstand. Now bring the knees as high up into the elbows as you can. Rock the weight forward into the fingertips a bit more. Maybe 1 heel lifts, maybe 2 heels lift. Steady the gaze. No, you are perfectly perfect as you are. Send the breath into the belly for 1. Last full inhale, and then step back or shoot back to your high plank. Lower to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale together. Exhale together. Step your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway up. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Eagle pose. Right leg up and over, right arm under. And steady the gaze to one spot. The drishti is always important, and it becomes more vital as we transition into these balancing poses. Guide the left hip towards the top edge of your mat. Pull your right hip back behind you just a bit. With your next inhale, reach up, extended mountain. Eagle, left leg, left arm. Yeah, generate a tight bind, whether the foot connects all the way behind that leg or not. Press the shin to the shin, the thigh to the thigh. And then from the contraction in your thighs, allow yourself to pull the hips down. Maybe it's a centimeter, maybe it's an inch more. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain. Eagle, right leg, right arm. And combine the practice of a smooth breath with an intentional drishti. And Tracy and everyone, draw your shoulders, pull them back over your hips. Bring the elbows up in line towards the shoulders. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain, eagle. With your exhale, bind in. And release any gripping through that standing foot, the toes of that foot. Pull the weight back a bit into the heels. Hips over heels, shoulders over hips. Lengthen through the spine. Pull the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Extended mountain, reach up. Standing leg raise. Right knee, right big toe. open up towards the right edge of your space. Pull that right knee back behind you. Michael and everyone, flex through the right foot. Yeah, pull toes towards your knee. And as much as you activate the right foot, put equal effort into the left foot. Set the gaze, and then drive that right knee back through center. Fingertips to the ceiling, take a breath to reset. Exhale, flow back into your airplane. And soften a bit through the left knee. Add some water, some buoyancy to help guide the right hip down towards your mat and press fully through that right heel. Pull the crown of your head forward, drive through that back heel, and then begin to tip open into half moon. Softness through the right knee. Left knee. Yeah, the left foot is what's on the mat. Soften through that left knee. Engage as much as you can through the left glute to help you lift the right heel higher. Pull the right toes towards your face and express out. Yeah, into your fullest expression. And stay for 3. Breathe into your half moon for 2. Alive in the fingertips on that top hand. Bow forward, release. Inhale, halfway up. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Standing leg raise. Left knee, left big toe. Choose what you grab onto. And then open up towards the left edge of your space. Pull your left knee towards the back edge of your mat. But pull your left hip forward. Yeah, and explore. Press so much through the left heel that it forces you to ground deeper into the right heel. Pull the crown of your head up to the ceiling and drive that left leg back through center. Fingertips up for 1 breath. Inhale. Exhale, pull yourself back into airplane. Sometimes it's a smooth transition. Sometimes it's wiggly and wobbly. And it's a practice. And what can you do to generate additional love into your own practice? Squeeze your pinky fingers towards one another behind your back. Alive in your arms. And then open up into half moon. Press down into your standing foot. Lift up through your top heel and move fully and express from the inside out. Stack your top hip over your bottom. Take 1 more full breath. Exhale, bow forward, release. Inhale, halfway up. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Dancer. Start with the right ankle. Kick into the right shin. And expand out through the left fingertips. Reach them forward. Now draw the center of your chest forward. Kick into that right shin. Put attention into your right big toe mound. Press that up. Expand through your left fingertips. And then transition into dancer with your left foot. Switch it out. So much of our power is generated from center. Squeeze your left knee in towards center before you fully kick into that shin. I want to generate your expression of dancer as you are today on your mat. Lift through the center of your chest, pull that up and forward towards the horizon. And then switch it. Dancer right foot 1 last time on the right side. Practice dancer is done. You're in the full expression now. Yeah, it's your chance to take dancer with your right foot. equal effort to reach through the left fingertips as much as you kick into the right shin. And then switch your legs. Dancer with your left foot. I love you, Bria, for your continued effort to join in despite the internet connection. If you are here, if you hear me, take dancer with your left foot. And if I cut out, you know this practice. Move yourself through it. Kick into the left shin. Pull your left hip slightly forward. Take one more breath. Guide both feet to your mat, tree pose. Balance into the four corners of the left foot. Bring the sole of the right foot into that left leg. And press the foot into the leg as much as you press the leg into the foot. Create a solid foundation. And then work your way up towards the hips. Pull the front of your hip bones up towards your ribs. Crunch your ribs down to your hips. And then lift. Express. Can you create an expression through your arms that generates a sensation or feeling of love? Self-love, compassion for you as you are this morning. And switch it out. Tree pose, opposite foot. And know if it feels impossible to generate self-love or compassion, know it is a practice. And if that seems difficult, think of someone else in your life that you have strong feelings for and generate that love for them. And save a little bit of that for yourself. Lift the toes of your left foot away from your right leg. Lift through the center of your chest, full breath. Exhale. Both feet to your mat. Extended mountain. Breathe in together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right foot. Yeah, we often go right into triangle. Let's take the time for warrior one here. Square your hips to the top edge of your space. And then open up warrior two. Hips open to the left edge of the mat. Maybe shimmy that right foot forward just a bit more. Triangle pose. Straighten a bit through the right knee. Abby and everyone, add some softness through that right knee, a bit of water. Engage through the quad, the muscles in your right thigh. Pull them to the bone, into the skin. And soften your tailbone down towards that back heel. That's a lot of cues for the bottom half of your body. And that stability, that foundation, what do you have access to through the top torso, the fingertips, when you're intentional with your foundation? Maybe the top shoulder, pull it towards the right edge of your space just a bit. Side facing, wide leg forward fold. Spin your toes in as much as they'll go. Heels out and take your bow. Put in and keep present the practice of your drishti and your breath. And maybe save a little attention to what it feels like for you to generate love in your practice. The power of love in your practice. Lift through the inner arches of both feet. Soften your jaw. And then rise all the way up. Namaste, front facing forward fold, also known as pyramid pose. Now let that right foot stay out in front of your left. Ground through the center of both heels and drop your chest down towards your right thigh. And check in. If that back foot is right in line with your front, walk it to the left edge of your mat just a bit. Yeah, be able to ground through both heels. Soften your chest towards your right knee. And then open up into twisting triangle. Keep your left hand grounded, whether it's a prop or the mat. Right fingertips reach to the ceiling or the small of your back. Left hand down. There you go, Michael. Right fingertips up. Inhale, lengthen, pull the crown of your head forward. Exhale, stack the right shoulder over the left. Pull your belly button in and up. Take one more full breath in. Exhale, hide to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior one, left foot forward. Open up warrior two. Steady the gaze over your left middle finger into triangle pose. Michael and everyone, rock the weight a bit into your left big toe mound. Yeah, maybe the outside pinky edge of the foot lifts a bit. And seal the edge of that right foot flat into your mat. Squeeze your inner thighs towards center. Generate stability to then express up through those top fingertips. You can take it into as much of a back bend as you want as you guide your right shoulder to the left edge of your space. Side facing, wide leg forward fold. You can interlace the hands at the small of your back to generate a chest expansion. You can grab your opposite ends of a towel as well. Rock your hip bones forward towards your big toes a bit. And soften your chest back through your thighs. Open and close your jaw. Release any tension in the face. And slowly rise up together. Pyramid pose. Give your feet distance front to back, side to side. And bow forward over that left thigh. Spin your inner ankles back behind you. Drive your outer ankle down into the mat. Root through your feet. Stabilize through your feet to allow the fold to maybe get just a bit deeper. Breathe in. Full exhale. Twisting triangle. Right hand will stay grounded, whether it's the mat or a prop. Open up through the left fingertips. Jenny and everyone, pull your tailbone straight behind you. Pull the crown of your head forward. The length is important to then generate the twist. Yeah, explore the twist through the length of your spine. 2 more breaths. Last full inhale. Plant your hands high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And come forward to a high plank, high push-up. Ignite the fire in the belly by pulling it up to the spine. Pull the sacrum up towards the ceiling. And steady your gaze right between your thumbs. Spin your inner ankles up towards the ceiling and stay here. Breathe into your plank for 5, 4. Soften the elbows just a bit for 3, 2. Lower all the way down onto your body. Locust pose. You can either airplane your arms by your sides or interlace them behind your back, your choice. Press your hip bones down into the mat. Add a slight tuck to your chin. Pull it towards your chest and pull the back of your head up to the ceiling. Lengthen that spine and then lift through the chest. Breathe in. With your exhale, lower down to your mat and drop one cheek fully, completely. Allow yourself to rest. And bring back that quote, when the power of love is greater than the love of power, the world will know peace. What can you bring in to generate peace in your practice, to not overpower, to generate love of the moment that you're in? Rise into floor bow. Grab the outsides of your ankles. Squeeze your knees towards center. Kick the shins as far back behind you as humanly possible. Yeah, the kick into the shins will generate lift through the chest. And stay for 3. Soften the gaze to 1 point for 2. Last full breath in. Lower yourself down to the mat. You can windshield washer your legs side to side. Plant your hands by your low ribs. Lift into upward facing dog. Pull back, downward facing dog. Come all the way to your back body, bridge pose. Swing through. Root into the feet. That will give you access to lift the hips higher. Squeeze your knees towards center. An option to interlace your hands underneath your back body. Roll your right shoulder blade underneath the body. Roll the left shoulder blade. It'll give you more access to lift through the center of your chest. And lower your whole back body down to the mat. Take a moment. And we all took bridge together. Bridge exists, or wheel is here as well. Choose which shape you're going to create. Set yourself up and rise up, bridge or wheel. Whether your hands are by your ears or you stay with bridge, press down to lift up. Guide your tailbone towards your heels. Gently, slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Take your time to get there. And then reset. Maybe your heels coming closer to the body. Place your hands where they need to be for your bridge or your wheel. And press down and lift up. Slow and controlled. And see if you can put more effort into the heels than the hands. Pull the shoulder blades, wrap them into your body. Straighten through the inner elbows as much as the body allows today. And then lower yourself back down. There's a breath here to reset. And then there's a breath to rise. Bridge your wheel. Yeah, from the power of love, not the love of power. Which do you choose as you press to rise? Know your choice matters. You matter. Lower yourself back down to the mat. It matters that you showed up. It matters that you're in this practice. Choose in this moment, bridge or wheel, and rise up like it matters. Bridge or wheel pose. Breathe like it matters. Set your gaze on one thing like it matters. And then lower yourself back down. Breath. Use it to reset. And then use a breath to rise. Bridge your wheel. We got 2 more in this practice this morning. Second to last opportunity to rise. Walk your feet in closer to your fingertips. Full breath in. Lower yourself down to your mat. And you've made it to the last bridge or wheel of this practice together. Press yourself down and rise up. Michael and Abby, Wayne, Bria, Jenny, and Tracy together. You are in your own practice and it connects us. What are you putting out into the world as you generate this moment? Spin your inner thighs down to the mat, engage, generate full body integrity, and breathe for 3. Soften your jaw for 2. 1 more full breath. Lower yourself down to the mat, Supta Baddha Konasana. Connect the soles of your feet. Let your knees fall wide, and you can play with how close to the body the heels are. Maybe you bring them in or send them further away. Generate some neutrality through the low spine. And then take happy baby. You could grab your big toes, outsides, insides of your feet. Choose the option that allows you to pull your sacrum flat. And rock side to side, take up the space around you. And then send your legs straight up into the ceiling. Flex your toes towards your face and bring your hands behind your head. Interlace, cradle the head. And pull your shoulders up off the mat. And from this point, lift the center of your chest up for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And hover your right heel off the mat. Extend the left leg straight up above you. Pull the center of your chest up for 10 as you bring your elbows as wide as they'll go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then switch your legs. Hover your left heel off the mat, right leg straight up into the ceiling. Pull your toes towards your face and lift the center of your chest for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Both legs straight up. Bring your arms flat by your sides. Palms down into the mat. Flatten the small of your back straight into the ground and lower your legs 30 degrees down. Yeah, you'll be about 60 degrees from the mat. Spread out your toes and then drop down 30 more degrees. Come closer to the mat and then hover your heels until the small of your back wants to pop up. Re-engage belly button, pull it down towards the mat and send your legs straight back up to the ceiling. We'll do that one more time. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your legs 30 degrees down. Press through both heels and then lower down 30 more degrees closer to the mat and then hover your heels. Pull your shoulders into the body, draw them down to the mat and then send the legs straight back up to the ceiling and hug your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side just a bit. And then set your body up for yogi bicycles. Shins parallel to the ceiling, knees over hips as your starting point. And we'll twist together for 30 intentional bicycles. 1, 2, kick through the legs. 3, 4, 5, 6, elbows wide. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. High boat. Last of our core stability. Come up into center. Now shorten the distance between your chest and your thighs. Squeeze in. And maybe your feet hover. Maybe you release your fingertips and just float them right by your knees. Maybe your hands come up above your head. Challenge your own self to generate a high boat that intensifies the breath. And then lower yourself down to the mat. We'll just do one low boat. Hover your legs, your shoulders, and then pull yourself back up. High boat. Use the core to lift. Create your fullest expression, whether arms are up, out, lift through the center of your chest and breathe for 3. Spread the toes for 2. One more full breath. Hug your knees into your chest, rock your spine up and down your mat. Come all the way up and over. Move through one last vinyasa, one last chaturanga. And meet back in downward facing dog. From your down dog, create half pigeon. Bring your right shin forward. You don't have to force it to be fully parallel to the top edge of the mat. That's the energy of a half pigeon. Can you give yourself some grace? Do not have to force it beyond a level of pain. You never want to go into pain. There's a generation of some discomfort, but not pain. If you have a prop that you can put underneath your right hip, you can do that. You can always take this on your back body as well into figure 4. And guide your chest down towards the mat as much as your body allows this morning. And bring some attention to that left hip. It doesn't have to You don't have to force it uncomfortably lower to the mat, but add a little bit of energy into the left hip bone to pull it down towards the ground. Can you soften the space right between your shoulder blades with your breath? Soften the top of the left foot. Let that softening come all the way up into your face, through your spine, through the eyes, through the jaw. And then slowly pull yourself up out of this half pigeon, and we'll transition with the left leg forward. You can take a down dog in between, or switch out the legs. Take any movements you need that will help you settle in to half pigeon with the left shin forward. Yeah, it could be adding on more layers, grabbing the props you need. Pull the toes of the left foot towards your left knee. Bow forward. Guide the right hip bone down towards the mat. You can set a prop underneath the left hip. Where can you soften? And I like to bring in quotes to the practice as an opportunity for you to see how they work in your physical asana. In that particular quote, when the power of love is greater than the love of power, the world will know peace. And for me in my practice, that translates to when the practice involves self-compassion versus powering my ego, there is peace in my practice. What's possible for you if you shift and bring in some more love into your practice, whatever that looks like for you. With the breath, with your gaze, with a softening into this moment. And it's a practice of imperfection. Slowly lift yourself up out of your half pigeon, and we'll all meet together in a seated forward fold. Swing both legs long out in front of you. You can take a couple of bounces of the knees up and down on the mat. Yeah, and then bow over your extended legs. Put some attention into the feet. Press through your heels and pull the toes, especially the pinky toe, pull it back towards your face. Guide the center of your chest towards your toes. And slowly rise up, plant your hands behind you, reverse plank or reverse tabletop. Your choice. Press down to lift through the center of your chest. Press your hips to the ceiling and let your head fall back to open through your neck just a bit. Lift the hips 1 inch higher and lower down to the mat. And create an inversion of your choice. Shoulder stand, head stand, handstand. There's a multitude of stands to choose from. Which stand are you creating? And what can you do to invite in a bit of love, the power of love into this shape, into each breath? If you chose shoulder stand, draw your heels closer forward. Like Michael, go towards the back edge of your space. Wayne, go towards that wall in front of you. Tracy, bring your heels towards the top edge of your mat. Yeah, get your feet right over your hips. And then from shoulder stand, begin the descent back into plow pose. Feet don't have to touch the mat. If they do, amazing. If not, amazing. The work here is not to force it, not to power through it. From plow, create ear pinning pose, squeeze in. And slowly lower all the way back onto onto your back body. Back onto the back body. Squeeze your right knee into your chest. Pull it in. Extend through your left heel. And take your supine twist. Let that knee fall to the opposite side. Soften your right shoulder blade down towards the mat. And then slowly switch out the sides. Squeeze your left knee this time up to the armpit. Squeeze and press through the right heel. And take your twist in the opposite direction. No need to force that top knee down to the mat. Let it land where it is. Flex the toes of both feet. And come back through center. Supta Baddha Konasana. Connect the soles of your feet. And take a moment. Connect in. Take a full breath. With your exhale, move into your final resting pose. Let your feet come wide. Arms fall by your sides or out to a T. And rest. Deep yogi rest. And bring some attention back into the breath and access to begin to wake up your body. And deepen the breath. And then bring some movement into your fingertips and your toes. Run your thumb along your fingertips. And make your way into a full body stretch. Arms above head, stretch it out, and then make your way onto your right side into fetal position. Take a moment, send some love to yourself for getting up at 6 a.m. to your mat. I send so much love to every single one of you. And gently pull yourself up. Generate a seat on your mat with a tall spine, slight tuck to the chin. And bring your hands back to the center of your chest, Anjali Mudra. Soften your eyes. We'll end our practice this morning together with one full Om. Breathe in. Lift your thumbs to the middle of your forehead. And together we bow and say, Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, yogis. I haven't been on a 6 a.m. live stream for a while, and it's fun to see some new faces. It's nice to meet you, Jenny and Wayne and Abby. And Michael, I think it's the first time I've seen you on live stream. Tracy is a OG 6 a.m. live streamer. So you'll see Tracy's face if you join into these 6 a.m. classes. Tomorrow, a fun announcement that we have is Lindsay is going to lead an intro to backbends workshop. It's from 2 to 4 p.m. If you're able to join, I highly recommend it. We do workshops every once in a while to dive deeper into a portion of the practice that you can then use to bring into our Journey into Power classes. So if you're able to do that, please join in. Let me know. The donation, the fee to get into class is a donation to our Uplift, the community scholarship program. So it allows us to gift yoga to those who may not otherwise be able to afford it. So it's a wonderful program, can help us grow the community from the inside out. And that's all I have for you. So much gratitude for every single one of you. Thank you for being here at 6 a.m. And I hope to see you again. You can unmute if you would like.
Thanks, Kelsey.
Oh,
Have
thanks,
a great
Tracy.
day. Have a good
You
weekend.
too. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kelsey.
You're welcome.
Great class.
Nice to meet you, Wayne.
You
Have a
too.
Friday.
Yeah, you too. Bye, Abby.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. We'll see you soon.
Yep.